Hello there and welcome to this brand new Hobby Streak week. As ever, I finished off last week by doing a roleplay. This week it was Jason Statham's Big Vacation, which was absolutely hilarious. However, this brand new week I'm going to continue with Urik and Beta Ray Bill from Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's also day 2133. I kick things off by painting the skin, or finishing off the skin, of Beta Ray Bill, and then I moved on to his metallics, well, most of the metallics, his bracelet and his shoulder pads, and he's got a thing around his neck. And for that I used a paint called Soulstone Blue to sort of colour in the gaps between it. I bought this paint years ago and I only used it once. It has actually come out quite nicely, so I'm very happy that this thing finally found a use. Most of the day, however, was spent painting Urik's flesh. I think that's come out quite nicely. He's very nearly done. He's closer to be finished than Beta Ray Bill. I've just got his knuckle dusters and the detailing on his face to do. I think, oh, and some toenails. I've got some toenails to do as well, and then he'll be completed. I reckon I should be able to get these guys finished tomorrow. Yeah, there's not really much left on either of these guys to do, so it's not going to take too long. They're coming along quite nicely. Atomic Mass always really, I say it pretty much every video that I've got them in, but Atomic Mass do really nice models, and they're so easy and so much fun to paint. They really are. If you don't play any of their games, I really recommend them. Today is 2134, and I'm going to finish off Beta Ray Bill and Urik. Wasn't much left to do on these guys. Picked up where I left off yesterday, finished off the hair on Urik, then sort out the faces and those very few minor details that was left. The biggest thing I had to do was Beta Ray Bill's cloak, which actually that took about half an hour, to be honest, but most of that was waiting for washes to dry. I think they've both come out quite nicely. It's a bit tongue-tied there. Overall, I'm very happy with the way they've come out. I really, every time I paint something from Atomic Mass, I always say how much I love them, but it's true. They are really, really lovely models. So yeah, tomorrow I'm back on the batch painting because I'm going to be starting the Marvel Zombies, the bigger shield agents. I have no idea what they're called in the game, can't remember, but yay, more batch painting. In the evening, I also did some prep work for a campaign that I'm running for Shadow Dark, which is a roleplay game. I have never really done a campaign in a roleplay game before, so this is all new to me. It's very exciting, though. I've GM'd a couple of games. One was a very long time ago, and the other was like a few weeks ago. So I'm super pumped, super excited, and I can't wait to see how it goes. Today is 2135, and I'm back to batch painting. Woo! Never ends. I'm doing the Marvel Zombies brutes, or whatever they're called. I'm going to try and match them up to obviously what they're meant to be like in the thing. However, they're mostly black, so this is going to be really easy. First thing I did was just basically clean up that black and make sure that was all sorted. And then I dry brushed them with Corvus Black. Then I dry brushed them again with Eshin Grey, just to give it a little bit of extra highlight. And then I started working on the shields. I probably could have had them all done today, but I got a very important phone call while my hobby shoot was going on, and that took like 45 minutes. But I needed to take the phone call, so yeah, all my time was used up after that. So that's as far as I got today. Very happy with the way things go, and these guys will be finished tomorrow, and then more batch paint continues as I'll be batch painting something else, and then after that I've got another thing to batch paint. Oh my god, it never ends. It just never ends. In the evening I continued with the Mcfarlane Marine. I painted all the black and finished off the chipping of the silver. I need to still sort of do the washes, and I need to paint that. I've just noticed I've missed that belt buckle thing. I need to paint that belt buckle thing, and I also need to do the pouches as well. Today is 2136, and I'm going to be finishing off these guys from Marvel Zombies. There's not really much left to do. I started with the little window panels on the shields, then from there I moved on to the actual shield symbol itself. Originally I was going to try and be super careful and keep all those black markings in the badge itself, but yeah, it was too much of a pain. So in the end, I just thought, you know what, I'll do that, highlight the yellow, and then I will just give it a wash with some Cassandora yellow, I think it was. And that way, it helps the little markings stand out. After I did that, it was just the lenses to do, which was not like difficult whatsoever. And then I just started working on the base. And there we are. That's the fastest turnaround I've ever done on 4 models. Admittedly, they are mostly black, but still, in the end, they're just going to get eaten by superheroes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Tomorrow, however, more batch painting. I also continued with the Mcfarlane figure. I did the wash and start to paint the patches on the back. And then I put together 2 of the fiddliest models I've ever stuck together, Agent Venom and Spider-Woman. Pain in the backside to put together, they really were. Today is 2137, and I'm going to continue the batch painting with the Bad Batch from Star Wars Shatterpoint. It's going to look like I didn't really do much progress today, because most of it was spent painting either Corvus black on their inside of their flight suits, or it was spent painting Eshin grey. That's pretty much it. I didn't really have anything else to do. One of the characters, I can't remember his name at the moment, I need to look that up. I did paint him with grey sear, because he is wearing sort of more whitish sort of grey stuff. And then everything got a coat with Nuln Oil, and well, my time was up. The 2 hours were completely spent. Tomorrow I will finish off those flight suits, and I will continue with the armor. And yeah, that's it really. Today is 2138, and I don't have as much time as I normally would because it is a Saturday, but work will continue on the Bad Batch. I'm basically just going to tidy up and finish off the highlighting for the inner flight suit, and then go through the very long task of painting or repainting all of the armor with some Eshin grey. This is basically what took the vast majority of the time, because I want to be as neat as possible and make these guys really really pop out. I really do like the Bad Batch. I think it's a very good show, and I want these guys to look as good as possible. More work on them tomorrow. Today is 2139, and I'm not going to say what I'm doing because it's blindly obvious. I only had an hour and a half today, so a little bit longer than yesterday, but a little bit shorter than I normally would, and it was spent basically just painting the grey armor or some of the grey armor of the guys that are wearing grey. After that, I had enough time to start the edge highlighting on Wrecker and Wrecker alone. This is the first highlight of possibly 3. I'm not entirely sure. I'll see what the second highlight looks like when I get around to that, and then might possibly leave it there, see if it looks good enough. Ignore that seagull's opinion in the background. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I do apologise if you keep hearing birds in the background. It's summertime and I live in a seaside town. So there's going to be a lot of that in the upcoming video. So I apologise well in advance for that. Overall, I'm very happy with the way things are coming along. I think I sort of slowed down to a little bit of a slower pace just to relax and chill while I paint these guys before I hop on to the next little bit of batch painting that I've got to do, and then I get to paint some individual models again, so yay. Overall, it's been a pretty great week. We've got some more Marvel Crisis Protocol done. We've done all of the batch painting actually for Marvel Zombies, or the core box set, and I can now start painting the individual stuff and doing the parts that I love. And we started the Bad Batch, and I can't wait to get those guys finished, because that also gives me an excuse to buy another Star Wars Shatterpoint set. The Mcfarlane is coming along quite nicely as well. I do need to put more effort into it, but yeah, sometimes I just can't be bothered. I normally do that in the evening, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video and you like what you saw, give us a subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.